And we welcome you to the Raleigh County Convention Center. Tonight, Video Productions presents exciting high school basketball. It's the Cabell Midland Knights, 9-9, taking on the Beckley Flying Eagles. They are 12-3. Hello again, everybody. I'm Maris Lowry with Eric Thomas. We have the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and directing Camera Ball on camera. And Eric, the last time we saw the Flying Eagles, they were beating Martinsburg Tuesday night for their third win in a row. On the flip side, Cabell Midland right at 500, 9-9, but Cabell Midland has won two of their last three games.
Yeah, we have two hot teams coming in. You know, anytime you start stacking wins middle of February, late in February, everybody's getting prime for the regionals.
And one of the things for Cabell Midland, and it's not a good thing, and their coach told me this prior to us coming on the air, Corey Woomer told me that their top player and team's leading scorer, Ethan Blackburn, a 6-foot sophomore averaging 14 a game, is sick with the flu, so they will not have their best player. And according to their coach, Eric, not only will they not have their best player, but what he feels is important, not have their best ball handler, and you know that's very important against the Beckley pressure.
Yeah, the pressure of Beckley. You know, Martinsburg had a veteran team and a real good guard that they gave, the Beckley defense gave a lot of trouble, a lot of stress during the course of the game. So to not have your best player and primary ball handler is a tall task here tonight in Beckley.
And I think we're going to have a pretty good matchup because when you look at these teams on paper, first of all, Cabell Midland, they do have Marshall Summers at 12 a game. They also have a freshman by the kid of Aiden Ray. He's at 9 a game, and Samuel Phillips is on the verge right there at 8. And then on the flip side of Beckley, you know, in all the games we've done, and I've used the term the Big Four, and they really have been the Big Four, but now even so much even maybe the Big 3 or 3.5, because even though Kobe Dillon, he does a lot of things, even though his scoring isn't as high as the other three, he still does a lot of things. So we'll say the Big Four, but you got Jalen Walton at 17, Zion Hawthorne at 17, and Preston Clary is up from 11. He's up to 16 a game.
Yeah, and the thing, I'm going to touch on what you just said about Kobe Dillon. Kobe Dillon has been such a great facilitator as he's taken over the point guard. And what he's done, his basketball IQ, he's really getting them into their sets, into their offense. And he's just there right now to knock down big shots when needed if they're wide open. But I think that's the only thing that's taken away from his scoring is his volume of shots have gone down. But as far as Zion Hawthorne, man, I have to speak on him. The last couple of games, he's really, since that South Charleston game, and he had to set out, he missed the first Martinsburg game, which was a loss on the road. And I think he's really been on a mission, and he's really got letting the game come to him early on.
Well, it's Hall of Fame night. We have two Hall of Famers going in for Beckley. We're going to have both of them on the broadcast. We'll have Bryce Radford at some point in the first half. We'll have Danny Bickey at some point in the second half. Both teams going through the warm-ups. We're about 12, 13 minutes away from tipping the game. We'll take a break, come back, and get you ready for 9-9 Cabell Midland against 12-3 Beckley here on Video Productions.
Folks, to the most mouth-watering showdown on television, the Hangry Games Ultimate Snack-Off, right here at your local Little General store. As the snacks fly and the deli slices, remember, dear viewers, every item they're using can be found at your nearest Little General store, where creativity meets convenience. Keep your appetites brave and your snacks ready.
Life doesn't wait, so neither should your care. Whether it's a cough, fever, or stomach bug, Access Plus is here for those urgent moments.
From bumps and bruises to stitches and even x-rays, we've got you covered with extended hours and walk-in care for the whole family.
You do not have to be an Access Health patient to be seen. No appointments, no hassle, just quality care when you need it.
Access Health, where care meets community.
Hey, Chris, are you snowed in too?
Nah, man, I'm staying nice and warm from the heat coming off all these deals at Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall.
Oh, good for you, man.
For limited time, get up to $10,500 off remaining 2024 GMC Sierra 1500 Denali's.
Hey, can I come over there?
Sure, man.
Oh, this is a lot warmer.
GMC, we are professional grade.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction. Hi,
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
City National Bank, where you can purchase or refinance your home with the no down payment Champion Mortgage. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, no kidding. Visit your local branch to get started today. City National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. To learn more, log on to mortgage.bankatcity.com.
Compliance helped me lose 50 pounds by freeing up tasks like payroll, HR, and bookkeeping. I'm now free to do what I want.
With compliance, you can do what you want to do. Compliance, we've got your back office.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us, New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us, New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by West Virginia Orthopedic and Trauma, Dr. John Tabbitt. Whether you're in a car accident or you've had a sports-related injury, you want to call on Dr. Tabbitt and his staff. They'll get you right back on your feet. They're located at Woodcrest Drive in Beckley. Also tonight, the game brought to you in part by Modley's Plumbing and Heating. You never know when you need a plumber till you need a plumber. You can dial Modley's up at 304-253-HELP. Well, Eric, as we come down the stretch of the regular season, and, we're not that far away from postseason. As a matter of fact, a week from last night, this coming Friday, will be the start of the girls' postseason. The boys' postseason will start the following week because Beckley will end up playing their final regular season game on Tuesday, March the 4th, and then they will get into postseason play. So the game last night that Beckley was supposed to have played against Oak Hill, from what I'm told, doesn't look like that's going to be made up, and that's a shame because there's a couple other games that Beckley had that also not going to be able to made up in it was Hurricane, where they were supposed to play down at West Virginia State. This, however, is one of the games that they thought they were going to play earlier in the season, and they were able to make it up. And fortunately, they're going to play here tonight and make it up.
Yeah, and it's been a real devastating winter, basically for Beckley, man, because the rule in Raleigh County school systems, if you don't have school, you can't practice or
can't play.
I mean, it's just been tough sledding, so to speak, for Beckley this winter. And I'm glad that they got on the ball, and this one was canceled a second time, right, Monday. That was a second cancellation.
That's correct.
Of this game.
That is correct.
And they were able to get it scheduled tonight, and luckily the convention center was available because that's one thing that holds up a lot of the rescheduling as well.
Well, if you remember, Eric, I'm sure you do, this was supposed to have been our fifth game of the day and of the night because we were supposed to have done the middle school games that got moved back. We were supposed to have the 2 third-place games, boys and girls, 2 championship games, boys and girls. They were played this afternoon. Now, I do know on one side of the bracket, Shady boys and Shady girls both will play in the championship game. They both won the respected semifinal game today, and we'll have all 4 of those games on Tuesday. But we were going to have those 4 games today plus this game tonight. So we don't have to work as many games here on this Saturday, but we'll be busy on Tuesday. Anyway, both teams have left the floor. We'll take a break, get you ready for the opening tip coming up between 9-9 Cabell Midland and 12-3 Beckley here on Video Productions.
Chris, are you snowed in too?
Nah, man, I'm staying nice and warm from the heat coming off all these deals at Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall.
Oh, good for you, man.
For limited time, get up to $10,500 off remaining 2024 GMC Sierra 1500 Denali's.
Hey, can I come over there?
Sure, man.
Oh, this is a lot warmer.
GMC, we are professional grade.
My name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
Unlock the money already in your home at City National Bank. Consolidate loans or fund your next big project with a home equity line of credit with a great low intro rate. Visit your local branch to get started. City National Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. Learn more at homeequity.bankatcity.com.
Compliance helped me lose 50 pounds by freeing up tasks like payroll, HR, and bookkeeping. I'm now free to do what I want.
With compliance, you can do what you want to do. Compliance, we've got your back office.
The most mouth-watering showdown on television. The Hangry Games Ultimate Snack-Off. Right here at your local Little General store. Keep your appetites brave and your snacks ready.
It's fourth down, seconds on the clock. He hands it off, finds a hole in the middle. Clear, nothing but move! A touchdown for the win. I can't believe it.
Pizza, better with Pepsi.
Hi, I'm Leanna Burnett with Window World of Beckley. Are you dealing with those cold winter drafts through your windows? Is it causing your energy bills to rise? If you answered yes, Window World can help. Instead of dealing with those old drafty windows another year, call Window World of Beckley today. Yes, we work all year. Our windows are Energy Star efficient and designed to resist extreme weather. Make the smart investment with our no interest for 15 months. Call Window World of Beckley today.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Allstate Insurance. You're in good hands with Allstate, and you're in good hands with Lori Richmond as your agent. She's my agent. She takes care of me. She'll take care of you as well. Also, the game tonight is brought to you by Cracker Barrel. Love me some Cracker Barrel. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, Cracker Barrel, that's the one to call on. And you know, Eric, this is a big night for Beckley basketball as they're 12-3, winners of 3 in a row against 9-9 Cabell Midland, winners of 2 out of 3. It's Hall of Fame night, and these two guards going in, when they played together, and I had the opportunity to call their career when I was doing radio at the time for Beckley, and that is Bryce Rafford and Danny Bickey. Maybe perhaps, if not the two best guards at one time, definitely one of the two best guards that ever to play in this historic program.
Oh, yeah. You're speaking as duos. Yeah.
Yeah, speaking as a pair, yes.
As a pair, definitely.
Yes.
That backcourt was something to witness. At any given night, man, they both could light it up, and it gave a lot of defenses fit, with those two guards. Unlimited range, quick releases, both of them could really fill it up.
And not only that, Eric, they're both first ballot Hall of Famers. They both become eligible, and now they're in the Hall of Fame as soon as they become eligible.
Yeah, and the thing is with both of these cats that are going in, man, had a chance to witness them all the way through wild ball, both players. And a lot of people don't see the behind the scenes. And both of these guys, the saying, Gym Rats, they put in the work. I'm talking about summer, winter, whatever. They were in the gym.
Eric, it was funny. You called them cats, but they got a lot of dog in them, right?
That's right.
I mean, they got a lot of dog in them, and you got to have dog in them. As both teams are back out on the floor going through their final warm-ups, we'll take our final pregame break, come back and get you ready for the opening tip. It's 9-9 Cabell Midland against 12-3 Beckley. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
National Bank, where you can purchase or refinance your home with the no down payment champion mortgage. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, no kidding. Visit your local branch to get started today. City National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. To learn more, log on to mortgage.bankatcity.com.
The path to a rewarding, well-paying career is close to home. Discover what WVU Tech graduates already know. We're a small campus with big opportunities. With hands-on experience in high-demand programs like hospitality, forensic investigations, cybersecurity, engineering, and nursing, you'll be prepared to enter the workforce, solving West Virginia's most important problems. We know that you can change the world, and it starts here at home.
Take care of this by the end of the day.
Sure, I'll take care of that.
Done. It's that easy with compliance. Compliance, we've got your back office.
Don't drop the ball. Come see your hometown legends at the all-new Greenbrier Ford in Beckley.
We won't be beat.
Hey, Chris, are you snowed in too?
Nah, man, I'm staying nice and warm from the heat coming off all these deals at Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall.
Oh, good for you, man.
For limited time, get up to $10,500 off remaining 2024 GMC Sierra 1500 Denali's.
Hey, can I come over there?
Sure, man.
Oh, this is a lot warmer.
GMC, we are professional grade.
Massey Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
Hey, my name is Justice, and a little thing I love about Chick-fil-A nugget trays is that they're all unique. Every nugget you look at is its own different special little nugget. They're great for any occasion, but especially holidays. When you don't have enough time, when you need something quick, that flavor is always popping.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our new Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
To the most mouth-watering showdown on television, the Hangry Games Ultimate Snack-Off, right here at your local Little General store. As the snacks fly and the deli slices, remember, dear viewers, every item they're using can be found at your nearest Little General store, where creativity meets convenience. Keep your appetites brave and your snacks ready.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Exit Elevation Realty. Luke Richmond is the broker. You can dial him up at 304-256-0101. You can check him out at wvexitelevation.com. Also, the game tonight is brought to you in part by Infinity Co. Company. Infinity Co. offers no premium, no deductible health insurance with dental and vision coverage. They also offer a company-paid life insurance, prescription drug coverage, and a company-matching 401k plan. And last but certainly not least, the game brought to you in part by Leisure Lanes, Johnstown Road in Beckley. They have futuristic bowling every Friday and Saturday night, and you can reserve your lane by calling 304-253-7328. Well, Bryce Radford has joined us, and we'll get to Bryce here in just a minute. And we'll, before we do that, Eric, Cabell Midland 9-9, and you have the starters for the Cabell Midland Knights.
Okay, the Knights will go this way. They'll go with Colson Christus, Samuel Phillips, Aiden Ray, Marshall Summers, and Thomas Gibson.
So that's how the Knights will go. Of course, we said earlier in one of our other segments, Eric, that their leading scorer and their top player, according to their coach, Ethan Blackburn, is sick tonight. He has the flu. He's averaging 14 a game. He will not be available for Cabell Midland. For Beckley, it will be Kobe Dillon. He comes in at 11 a game. A.J. Thomas at 4 a game. It'll be Zion Hawthorne at 17. It'll be Preston Clary at 16 a game, and Jalen Walton at 17 a game. So we've got two new inductees going into the Beckley Basketball Hall of Fame. And they are Bryce Radford and Danny Bickey. So for the first half, we'll have Bryce Radford and we'll have Danny Bickey for the second half. First of all, Bryce, I want to welcome you to the microphones at Video Productions, and congratulations on going in the Beckley Basketball Hall of Fame.
Thank you.
So we're going to have you do a little color. Have you ever done anything like this before where you can – I know you've got insight because you run a camp. Obviously, you're a Hall of Fame basketball player, so you know the game. So now you can kind of maybe convert it with Eric and I as we call the game here tonight. All right, we're trying to get him fixed up here.
Can you hear
Having
me?
a little technical difficulties.
That's all right. Well, we
now.
never got difficulties when you got the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins,
Yeah.
around. So, Bryce, turn around here. Let me go and adjust your mic. And Nick is adjusting that, and we're about ready for basketball. Can you hear us now?
Yes, sir.
There we go.
I've never done anything like this, but I'm excited. Let's do it.
All right, so we're going to do it. In the center circle will be Colson Christus, and he's averaging 8 points a game and 8 rebounds. He's going to jump center for Cabell Midland. And, you know, me and Eric notice this all the time. Back when you were playing, Coach Kidd is always – Beckley seems like they're always the last team to break the huddle. It's like they're really getting their final instructions before they take the court, right?
Always, because he's the last one to come out of the tunnel all the time.
All right, so it'll be Walton. Bryce, I know you have a younger brother that's playing at Shady, so I see you at all the Shady games. Have you had a chance to watch Beckley a lot this year?
I have. I went to their South Charleston game. Obviously, I've been to all 3 of the Shady games, and then when I can't be here, I'm watching them on video production. So.
All right, well, we appreciate that. All right, Eric, Beckley gets the opening tip, and they go immediately to Walton. Back in the zone, it looks like where Cabell Midland's going to play.
You know, and this is one thing, and you can speak on this, Bryce. I think Beckley is more crisp with their ball movement as Hawthorne takes a
step back 3, and the ball was a little short. The ball's down on the floor. It's loose, and Beckley able to come up with a loose ball. Kobe Dillon will dial it up for 3, and it won't go. So Beckley starts the game with 2 3-balls, and they didn't make either one of them.
Hey, it's only appropriate. You got Bryce Radford and Danny Bickey here, and they never saw 3 that they didn't like to take.
No, sir. I'll tell you who I think an X factor for Beckley is, though, is AJ. I love how hard he plays. I think when he plays well, they usually win. So
speaking of AJ Thomas, that is Eric's cousin, by the way. Here's a 3 for Cabell Midland, and that 3-ball is put up that time by Phillips, and it won't go. Back the other way. Here's Beckley. Nice shovel pass by Kobe Dillon.
Yeah, but way to push the tempo by Kobe is Preston.
Clary, a 15-footer, but so Beckley starts 0 for 3 on their first 3 shots from the floor.
It's all good shots, though. I think some people will say they aren't good shots, but I think all these shots are how their game.
Here's a 3-ball. It's an air ball. And, I think that's so important. Sometimes, because you miss them doesn't mean you take bad shots. And you're right. Beckley took 3 good shots, Eric, and they just not able to make them.
Oh, I'm a proponent of all shots are good shots.
Because Eric never had an assist in his life, Bryce. Every time the ball went to him, he would shoot it no matter what. He'd be triple teamed, he'd still shoot it.
That's why me and Eric get along.
Yeah.
A lot of the same views. I know this for sure.
So one possession ago, Preston Clary shot a 15-foot pull-up. What's your all's opinion on the pull-up?
All right.
I love it.
I'll give it him down low. Walton, I'll tell you what, though, the pull-up's good, but nothing beats that when you can get the ball down low, because Walton has been a nightmare matchup for about anybody that Beckley's played this year.
There's not many players in the state that I've seen as good as Jalen Walton.
And here's the key thing. If Cabell Midland's going to have a shot, is what the coach said. That's a nice finish that time. Young man able to finish. That's Ray. He's coming in. It's just a freshman, 11 a game, but they've got to be able to handle the Beckley press.
Classic Woodrow basketball. Push the ball off a made shot, get a layup.
Was that Preston Clary?
Yes, sir.
That was Clary. We got a 30-second timeout. Once again, we were here with Bryce Radford. He's one of the 2 players that are going to be inducted to the Beckley Basketball Hall of Fame tonight. Danny Bickey, the other. And of course, we got Bryce here in the first half, and the ceremony will be at halftime. We'll have Danny Bickey in the second half. But so, Bryce, since you graduated from Beckley Woodrow Wilson High School, tell our viewers what you've been doing with yourself over these last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, so I played 4 years of college basketball. 4.5 actually, because I retired and went back. Played 3 years at IUP. Had a really successful career there. Played for a great coach, and after that, came back to Beckley, opened up my own basketball training facility, which has been the biggest blessing, man. That's why I love coming to watch these games, because 95% of them's been in my gym, putting in the work when nobody sees it. So.
Yeah, throughout the broadcast here in this first half, we'll have you touch on that a little bit. So, Eric, out of the timeout, Beckley will come up with full court pressure.
So, by the way, I think that was a good timeout by Cabell Midland, because their coach is really well scouted, Beckley. And you can't, after a make, celebrate. You have to get back on defense. Is that a fact, Bryce? I mean, that's one thing. You take a team's heart if they get an easy bucket, and right after they score, if Beckley can get an easy bucket.
Some things never change. Beckley playing fast-paced basketball will never change, I don't believe.
Yeah, Phillips missed that last shot. There's a nice take to the basket, and that's going to be a blocking foul on Kobe Dillon, and that's going to get Cabell Midland's Thomas Gibson, the 5'10 sophomore, averaging 2 a game. That'll get him to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Yeah, correct call there. Kobe just a tad late, sliding over, feet were still moving, taking that charge.
Kobe's one of those kids that's got that it factor, though. Love watching Kobe play. I coach him in the summer. You can coach him hard. There's not a lot of kids like him left anymore.
And I talk about him a lot, and you can touch on this. One thing that Kobe doesn't give a lot of credit for, how quick his hands are. He has good hands, defensive hands, and he gets a lot of deflections and a lot of steals.
Phillips makes 1 of 2. Clary dials it up for 3 and won't go. So Beckley's over from behind the arc already here in the first 3 minutes of this first quarter as they battle for the loose ball down on the floor.
Guys.
And good hustle, and Beckley up
Thomas,
with it.
well,
Yes.
Well, nobody's going to talk about how he climbed the ladder for that first
A.J.
rebound.
Thomas. He plays well. Beckley wins.
Here's A.J. Thomas with it now. Nice dish to Walton. Walton will be able to finish at the rim.
You think A.J.'s listening to me?
I think so. He, but that's a great play, and doing what point guard's supposed to do, as you know, Bryce, able to dish it to your big guy. But the pressure is really causing havoc with Cabell Midland. They just barely get the ball across the midcourt stripe in the 10 seconds allowed.
And this is where Cabell Midland misses their primary ball handler.
Right.
You can't be down a ball handler against this pressure.
Yeah, if you don't have your best player and he's your point guard as well, your team's leading scorer, against the way Beckley applies the pressure. Here's a 3 dialed up, and it's a little strong. And that 3 that time was dialed up by Summers, and here's Beckley on the attack.
I think that's one of the things that Jalen Walton doesn't get credit for. Another pull-up by Zy Hawthorne. But I think that's one of the things he don't get credit for. They have him playing in the back of the press, but he really can guard 1 through 5 if you need him to.
He really can. He switches everything, and that's one thing that I think gives him an advantage against Martinsburg. It really created matchup problems against Martinsburg.
And Bryce, that last bucket by Hawthorne as Beckley forces a turnover, it's kind of, you don't really see that mid-range shot. It's Hawthorne tacks the rim and lays it up and in.
Another great play by A.J. Thomas.
Nowadays you see everybody wanting to shoot the threes, but like I said, you don't see that as Thomas is able to get the steal.
I like Bryce over here because I can't say that too much. Everybody be like, why does he keep talking about that Thomas kid?
Heck yeah. That's the X factor right there, man. I've said it all year.
But one thing, and this is the last thing I'll say about A.J. Thomas, he doesn't get credit for his toughness. And he can defend. I mean, he's slight or whatever, but he is tough, and he will guard you.
Well, I will say this, Eric, if he continues to play well, that doesn't have to be the last thing you say about him. I mean, for the people watching, they can see it. They can see it as well as we can. So, if he, earns the accolades, then you deserve to give them to him. So it'll be Beckley inbound the balls that they had to go find it. Ball went, I think, back behind the curtain there. Here's Kobe Dillon off the dribble. He finds Clary. Kobe Dillon will dial up a 3. It won't go. So once again, Beckley over from behind the arc.
Well, I think the kids are a little nervous. We have these prolific three-point shooters in here. They're not.
Kobe's got to shoot in front of me every day in the summer.
Bounce pass.
Turnover. Kobe Dillon will finish right of the lane.
I just love the bounce pass, don't you, Bryce? Lost start right there.
I swear.
It is a lost start.
It's a lost start, man.
Beckley on an 8-0 run. That 3 is not going to be close. Long rebound to Hawthorne. And once again, this pace I don't think is the pace Cabell Midland wants. They leave it for Clary. Hawthorne from the baseline puts up the shot a little strong. Clary with the tip. It won't go.
Wow, that was almost an amazing left-handed tip on the rebound.
Here's a 3 on the far side, and that's the first 3 ball made here in the ball game. And that 3 ball that time is made by Ray. And there's a timeout, or a dead ball rather, and that will get some players into the ball game. But that 3 ball by Cabell Midland, that stopped an 8-0 Beckley run.
Now Aiden Spence will check in for Cabell Midland, and I think Grady Painter.
Yep, Cabell Midland will have it.
Well, I think this pace will really, Cabell Midland will have to get
deep into their bench.
Yeah, get into that bench.
So, Bryce, tell us about this thing you got going with your gym, and we'll get into that as we go through the course of the half. There's a down the lane, the shot won't go. When we get a minute, we'll touch on that. Here comes beautiful pass by Hawthorne to Kobe Dillon with the finish.
It's a big-time play. This pace favors Beckley heavily.
So Bryce, if there's so what age group, or can anybody of any age come and join what you got going on?
Really, anybody of any age. The youngest I've done right now is 3rd grade. It's hard to get kids in there for an hour and have their full focus when they're any younger than 3rd grade, and that's still hard to do.
All right, I got to ask you this. Can an old guy like me come and shoot for an hour?
Come on. You'd be surprised by some of the questions and messages that I get.
Okay, I got to know. So for the people out there, if they want to be a part of it, they don't know, how do they reach you? What do they need to do? Who do they call? What do they do? What do they do?
Bryce Radford Basketball Academy on Facebook. My phone number is linked to it. A lot of people just go through Messenger. That's the easiest way. I kind of do everything off Facebook, where that's got the bigger population on it. So any age, any group, teams. Great job, AJ.
Yep, and there's A.J. Thomas taking the charge. And, Eric, it didn't need to be the last thing you said about him because, as Bryce has said, when he plays good things happen for Beckley as Thomas takes the charge. As Lucas Rainey is checked into the ball game for Kobe Dillon, who got that last foul.
Yeah, and that was Kobe's second. I was going to say that was a big early foul. But this is why these young men have to be ready at any time. So Kobe will probably set out until probably midway through the second.
Here's Clary into the lane, and he gets the ball down low to Walton. Walton goes up and finishes. I tell you, anytime you want to throw the ball to Walton, that's not a bad idea because around the rim, he's very good, Bryce.
Around the rim, he's one of the best in the state, if not the best in the state. I think he does a great job finishing. He's very good with his pump fakes. And once he does get you up in the air, he's going to go through your chin, and you don't see that a lot anymore. It's
Matter of fact, I think to not overtalk you, Bryce, his pump fake, he shows the ball. He does what you're really taught. Like his pump fake actually looks like a shot because he brings it up so high. It always induces someone to jump.
That last foul was on A.J. Thomas, his first, team's third. That's a nice shot right there. And help me out here, looking on the roster.
I don't have a 21.
I don't have a 21. We'll have to figure that out. We'll get that.
One thing I'm very excited to see is Jalen Walton play South Charleston again. He don't see a lot of people as big as him, and I think there was a little shock factor in the first game against South Charleston, and I think he's going to have a really big game.
That was Hughes, number 21. That was a good-looking shot as checking into the Beckley lineup will be Taylor Williams.
Taylor Williams, and to give Walton a breather. And I think a lot of it had to do with the way the offense was run that night, too, as well. I think we fell in love with the outside shot.
Yeah, Beckley only scored 42 points. You know, you're not going to win tournament games scoring 40. They got to be 51-42 that night, and you're not going to win a lot of games scoring only 42 points.
I thought that was a epitome of a state tournament game. The possession shortened
games.
And they're less.
The third quarter was a decisive quarter.
Yep. By the way, and I'll tell you here in just a minute, there's a little float on the baseline by Hawthorne is good. South Charleston got upset this afternoon at the Community Center. They got beat by Huntington in the third-place game.
In the MSAC.
Yes, in the MSAC. Huntington pulled off a big upset. Huntington has really struggled, but they were able to get that big win, and there's a turnover. And the Cabell Midland coach told me that when I was talking to him about with their players.
Well, I had been paying attention to it earlier, and I totally forgot it. I was jonesing over basketball. You know, Tar Heels came on.
Who?
The team that smoked
Notre
Dame.
Bryce,
2-1 here.
Notre Dame did win today, by the way. They did finally
only
get
time I cheer against them, they beat Pitt. Or Fordham, excuse me.
Well, how about the women's team, number 1 at Notre Dame? As you can see, Bryce, I got my Notre Dame colors on. All right, maybe last shot time for Beck. I think they'll hold it for the final shot, last 15 seconds of the quarter.
Oh, look down low. Look inside there.
Now they're going to have to go, right? 8 seconds left. They're going to have to go quick.
Don't settle for the 3.
You don't want to get too deep in the clock where they get a bad shot. A step back 3 for Hawthorne.
They got hit.
Yep, and Beckley goes the whole quarter. They don't make a 3, but they lead by 10 after 1. At the end of 1, it's Beckley 18, Cabell Midland 8. We'll take a break, come back, and get you ready for the second quarter. Coming up next here on Video Productions.
I'm Leanna Burnett with Window World of Beckley. Are you dealing with those cold winter drafts through your windows? Is it causing your energy bills to rise? If you answered yes, Window World can help. Instead of dealing with those old drafty windows another year, call Window World of Beckley today. Yes, we work all year. Our windows are Energy Star efficient and designed to resist extreme weather. Make the smart investment with our no interest for 15 months. Call Window World of Beckley today.
Don't drop the ball. Come see your hometown legends at the all-new Greenbrier Ford in Beckley. We won't be beat.
Hey, my name is Justice, and a little thing I love about Chick-fil-A nugget trays is that they're all unique. Every nugget you look at is its own different special little nugget. They're great for any occasion, but especially holidays. When you don't have enough time, when you need something quick, that flavor is always popping.
And we welcome you back to the Raleigh County Convention Center. Tonight's game brought to you by West Virginia Orthopedic and Trauma, Dr. John Tabbitt. Whether you're in a car accident or you've had a sports-related injury, Dr. Tabbitt and his staff will get you right back on your feet. They're located on Woodcrest Drive in Beckley. But, you know, with Eric Thomas, we also have Bryce Radford here. I'm Maris Lowry. And, you know, Bryce, will start with you. Even though I know that shooting the 3 was your thing, Beckley did not make a 3 in that first quarter, but they still lead by 10 at 18-10.
In today's game, you don't make a 3. and you're up 10 going into the second quarter, it's a good place to be. One thing to watch, though, Cabell Midland went on the screen, trapped the ball screen with Zy Hawthorne on that last possession. So that will be interesting to see how Woodrow handles that.
And Beckley turns them over, Eric, on Cabell Midland's first possession of the second quarter. Clary down the lane, a little floater in and out, it won't go, and Hughes skies high for the rebound for the Cabell Midland Knights.
Tough luck for Clary right there. You know, a good-looking shot, way to run they had numbers on the break, and I don't think that was a bad look.
And there's Hughes on getting the defensive rebound and kept that possession alive for Cabell Midland. And we got a foul, and that time they're going to get Cabell Midland, and that's going to be a foul on the Knights.
On Spence.
And that'll be Aiden Spence, a 6'2 freshman. And, Eric, you had mentioned before we came on the air what a young team that Cabell Midland is.
They are young, and you know, I think their best, the leading scorer who's out, he's a sophomore, correct?
That's correct.
I mean, you have stuff to work with, Coach Woomer right here. I mean, just keep them playing. Clary finally gets one to fall.
Nice little floater left of the lane by Clary, and it goes. Biggest lead of the game right here at 12 for Beckley.
One thing that makes Woodrow so difficult to beat, I think they got two guys who love to do the little things that nobody pays attention to. A.J. Thomas has made 6 or 7 great plays. Taylor Williams gets pushing the back because he boxes out good down here, sets a good screen for Preston Clary, ends up in a floater, which is his game.
They know their roles.
That was Painter
every team needs a role
for Cabell Midland that left that shot a little short. And Beckley on the attack. Cabell Midland 9-9. They won 2 of the last 3. Beckley winners of 3 in a row are 12-3.
And Bryce, and correct me if I'm wrong, this is where you earn your playing time right here, too.
Clary makes a drive to the basket, and he misses, but there to clean it up is Taylor Williams.
Somebody who plays as much as Kobe Dillon gets in foul trouble, so they skip over your sub-rotation once or twice, make good things happen, keep you in the game.
Beckley turns them over. Lucas Rainey dials it up for 3. It won't go. So Beckley just they got a lid on it when it comes to the threes tonight.
Yeah, they're 0 for 6.
Yep. 2 minutes into the second quarter, Beckley with this largest lead of the game. Let's see what Cabell Midland will cook up on this possession. And A.J. Thomas, there's your guy, Bryce with the steal. Beckley with numbers. Hawthorne attacks the basket and lays it up and in.
You look at the box score after this game, you're going to say the main players at Woodrow won them the game so far. The role players that does the dirty work has made this very easy on the star players for Woodrow.
Nice hustle by Hawthorne, but right into the hands as that basket it will not count. Well, it didn't go in, but it will be shots as A.J. Thomas commits the foul.
2 things happened on that possession defensively. A.J. Thomas helped induce a bad shot. Zy Hawthorne, if you save it, never save it underneath your basket like that. You got to throw it way past half court.
Yeah, going back into
that was a 2-on-1.
You're right.
A 2-on-1.
Going back into the first quarter, Beckley is on a 8-0 run until that made free throw. That free throw is good.
And now A.J. Thomas is going to have to come out with 2 and insert Kobe Dillon in with 2. But basketball IQ-wise, Kobe Dillon, is right at the top of my list. Maybe because he goes to the Bryce Rafford Academy. But little things, man. And Bryce, I know his dad really well. He coaches the game the right way. You got to know the little things, have a basketball IQ.
Ray makes 1 of 2. Kobe Dillon back into the game. Also Walton back into the Beckley lineup.
What I like is Kobe Dillon does the little things, whether his shot's going in or not.
So Cabell Midland back in his zone. They pretty much have tried to play zone this first half since Beckley has not been able to knock down a 3 ball. 3 minutes into the second quarter. A little confusion there. 2 guys in the same spot. Didn't have good spacing. Yes. Kobe Dillon open for 3, and it won't go. I tell you, that ball was halfway down, Bryce, and popped back out. And I don't recall any game this year, Eric, Bryce, where Beckley has started from 0 for 7 from downtown.
Yeah, 0 for 7. And with 5 minutes to go in the half, I know they've not gone a half without a 3, so.
Here's Beckley out of the inbounds play. They get the ball down low to Walton.
Got away with a double dribble.
Yep. Hawthorne will dial it up. Will that be the first 3? No, that was way off.
Good extra pass by Kobe Dillon, though.
Yeah, out of the.
I mean, it was a good shot. It just missed poorly. And you're not going to make all them poorly. Hughes puts up a shot from 15. And back the other way, here's Beckley with it. Rainey had the rebound. Kobe Dillon on the move. And they throw it away.
Well, water levels itself, and I use that term all the time because coming into this contest, the last 2 games, Beckley's knocked down 22 threes.
Yeah, so sooner or later it's got to level out, right?
You're going to have a 5-6, three night.
And, Bryce, that's a question I want to ask you. When you get young kids that come to your camp, do they fall in love with the three? I mean, I know you probably do a little bit of everything. You do, I'm sure, layups, you do drills, you do shooting. So what's the kind of mentality of a lot of the players you get when it comes to shooting? Is there's a three is no good, and that three was put up by Aiden, back the other way comes Beckley.
One of the things that kids, everybody thinks they're Steph Curry.
Yeah.
That's just the bottom line. You don't see nobody coming to the gym and form shoot. You don't see nobody coming to the gym and just do simple things that, Eric, I'm sure you did when you played, and I know I did when I played. And I like the three more than anybody, believe me. But you can't start there. And kids, they don't know how to shoot a 10-foot jump shot before they're going and jacking 30-footers like Steph Curry.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And you have to do the little things and master the 10 to 12, the free throw, anything like that before you step out.
Burdett will check into the Beckley lineup. Lucas Rainey will have a seat.
Gage Burdett, I think this young man has a
got
big
a nice
upside.
Yeah, freshman into the ball game.
He plays on my 15U travel team.
And you know what he'll do? He'll take a charge, and he's tough. As Cabell Midland knocks down a big three.
Spence, that's the first made field goal here of the second quarter, and it comes with 3.5 to go here till halftime. So they went over 4 minutes without a field goal till they made that last three ball. But if you're not hitting from downtown, you want to get the ball inside because there's their first three ball. As soon as we said that, an upside for Burdett, able to rain a three, but it's never a bad option to get the ball inside of Walton.
No, heck no.
You know why? Because he passes great out of the double team. I mean, great vision, sees it well.
Back at you, Cabell Midland, a three ball by Spence.
There's very few things that Jalen Walton does bad in the game of basketball, if any.
And, the one thing about it, you make that first one, it feels good. You don't want to get in love with the three as Hawthorne throws it away.
Ooh, travel.
And now he's able to, he throws it away, and then he tries to get the steal, a little frustration, and commits the foul.
Yeah, and he picks up one there, and that'll be the third team foul. First on him.
Something that you're not going to notice, Eric, I know you will. Zy Hawthorne drives middle, and the way Jalen Walton spaces to the short corner to be able to take his power dribble, go straight up.
Yeah.
If that pass would have got there, that's exactly what happened.
And it was the correct play by Zy Hawthorne. Just got deflected. And maybe
that lost start bounce pass.
Yeah, the bounce pass. The bounce pass would have snuck through.
So here's Cabell Midland trying to get back in the game, trying to get this to single digits by the break. We're at 2.5 remaining till halftime. Trying to get the ball inside and good swarming defense. The ball's knocked free, and Beckley's Hawthorne able to come out up there with it. There was three white jerseys around that pass inside. Kobe Dillon for three on its way. It won't go, but there's Walton with the offensive rebound and the putback.
Good shot by Kobe Dillon. Sometimes a soft miss to Jalen Walton's the best pass in basketball.
Yeah. Hey, he climbed the ladder, too. And you know what I love? The newest rule that in basketball, that they don't call over the back as much.
Right. They let them play.
A player like me, back in the day, just because I can out-jump you and that doesn't mean I'm on you.
Burdett with the steal, attacks the basket. They cut him off.
But see, that was a nice driving pitch.
Clary will dial it up from downtown. It won't go.
And jump stop. Very few kids know how to jump stop anymore.
Good hustle rebound by Marshall Summers there for Cabell Midland. Summers on the drive, tacks the basket, and nice play that time by Marshall Summers, able to score. That was in heavy traffic.
His first bucket of tonight, and that was, like you said, and Cabell Midland, hats off to him because they're hanging around, playing tough, keeping it around, the 12-point range where Beckley's had a chance to run away with it, and they're hanging in tough.
Inside to Walton. And Walton able to score.
Nice entry pass.
Every game Woodrow has played, they've gotten a little bit better at entry passes to Jalen Walton.
Yeah, the double team came a little too late, and Walton able to beat the double team into the lane and score.
Well, he felt the pressure, though, coming and spun away from him.
Right.
If you're not doubling him, he's going to score 9 times out of 10.
And Cabell Midland turns it over as they'll.
No, timeout.
Oh, timeout? Yep, 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. And while we got just a second, we'll tell you about tonight's game. is brought in part by Modley's Plumbing and Heating. You never know when you need a plumber till you need a plumber at Modley's, 304-253-HELP. Also, the game tonight is brought to you by Allstate Insurance. You're in good hands with Allstate, and you're in good hands with Lori Richmond as your agent. She's my agent. She takes care of me. She'll take care of you as well. Well, Bryce, so tell me, does your camp, I'm sure it goes all year round. Is that correct?
Year round, yes, sir. It's been different the last couple months. All my high schoolers and middle schoolers there in season, so I obviously don't see them as much. So it's been a lot of little kids. It's awesome pouring into the younger generation, man. There's not a lot of people pouring into that generation that really know basketball, and just teaching them little things. Like I was just talking about, Gage Burdett did a great job of jump stopping, turn, pitch pass. Those things are a lost art in basketball. The simple things are lost.
One thing I know Eric's got a question, but let me ask you real quick. One thing for our viewers, where is your facility located at?
Is it 300 Rural Acres Drive? It's connected to Integrity Chiropractic, right there on the back side to your
Eli
left.
Sexton's father, right?
Y'all see how he's playing?
Yeah.
It's not a coincidence.
So I have to tell a quick story about Bryce as this quarter runs down. And we were playing in a travel game.
3 ball is good.
As Spence knocks it down. And Bryce is going to remember this. And I got a technical foul. Your dad was a head coach. We were playing this team that was our nemesis. And Bryce hit a 3, and they called a travel. And it was a jump stop. You caught it, hit the 3, put us up. And they called a travel, and I lost my mind.
Is that with the rim shot?
Yes.
Hawthorne for 3, it won't go. The tip by Clary won't go. That was halfway down. And Bryce, I remember, you made that game-winning shot against George Washington. I was doing color on radio at the time. There's a nice take to the basket, and it's up and in. That's a nice play. And that shot was made
by Spence. That's 11 points for Aiden Spence in the quarter.
But, Bryce, I remember the game you had, correct me, 50-54. What was the high-point game you had here?
It was 54-41 in the first half.
Right. All right. Now, because I'm old and I've done so many games and they all run together, you're going to have to help me. Who was that against?
That was against Christian.
Love, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I just couldn't remember, and I wanted to bring that up to ask you, and I kept trying to think who it was before you came on, but I just could not remember because, over 31 years that I did radio for Beckley, there were so many games that I did as that shot won't go, and we've come to the break. So it's 31-22. The lead is Beckley. Bryce, we appreciate you hanging out with us here in the first half. Congratulations once again on going into the Beckley Basketball Hall of Fame. We'll take a break. We'll have Danny Bickey in the second half. As we'll take a break, Beckley leads 31-22 here on Video Productions.
City National Bank, where you can purchase or refinance your home with the no down payment champion mortgage. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, no kidding. Visit your local branch to get started today. City National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. To learn more, log on to mortgage.bankatcity.com.
Compliance helped me lose 50 pounds by freeing up tasks like payroll, HR, and bookkeeping. I'm now free to do what I want.
With compliance, you can do what you want to do. Compliance, we've got your back office.
Take a ride to the north side and get your Big John deal at Mid-State Ford in Summersville. And here's the top 5 reasons to shop Mid-State Ford. You'll find the largest inventory, award-winning service, financing made easy for everyone, highest trade-in value. And the number 1 reason to shop Mid-State Ford is where you'll find your Big John deal. Mid-State Ford in Summersville, MidStateFordWV.com.
We welcome you back to the Raleigh County Convention Center. The Hall of Fame ceremonies are going on as Danny Bickey being inducted along with Bryce Rafford. We had Bryce Rafford, Eric, who did a great job of fitting in between you and I, and we'll have Danny Bickey in the second half. Danny out there now with his family, mom and dad, brother and sister out there, as Danny Bickey being inducted to the Beckley Basketball Hall of Fame, as Beckley leads 31-22, and Beckley's led from the opening tip. The game was tied at 2, but Beckley, like I said, has led wire to wire through the first half. They led 18-8 at the end of the quarter, and they lead 31-22. As I'm looking here, their biggest lead of the ball game was 27-12. That was their biggest lead, as now Bryce Radford's coming out, and like I said, he being inducted to the Beckley Basketball Hall of Fame. We're going to take a break. When we come back, Eric will go inside the numbers of the first half, and we'll be right back here on Video Productions.
Massey Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
Unlock the money already in your home at City National Bank. Consolidate loans or fund your next big project with a home equity line of credit with a great low intro rate. Visit your local branch to get started. City National Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Learn more at homeequity.bankatscity.com.
It's fourth down, seconds on the clock. He hands it off, finds a hole in the middle. Clear, nothing but moves! Incredible! A touchdown for the win. I can't believe it!
Pizza, better with Pepsi.
The path to a rewarding, well-paying career is close to home. Discover what WVU Tech graduates already know. We're a small campus with big opportunities. With hands-on experience in high-demand programs like hospitality, forensic investigations, cybersecurity, engineering, and nursing, you'll be prepared to enter the workforce, solving West Virginia's most important problems. We know that you can change the world, and it starts here at home.
Hey, Chris, are you snowed in too? Nah, man, I'm staying nice and warm from the heat coming off all these deals at Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall.
Oh, good for you, man.
For limited time, get up to $10,500 off remaining 2024 GMC Sierra 1500 Denali's.
Hey, can I come over there?
Sure, man.
Oh, this is a lot warmer.
GMC, we are professional grade.
And welcome you back to the Raleigh County Convention Center in Beckley. It's Hall of Fame night as Bryce Radford and Danny Bickey being inducted to the Beckley Basketball Hall of Fame. The biggest lead of the ball game in the first half was 15 for Beckley. They lead by 9 now, 31-22. And we're going to go inside the numbers of the first half. And inside the numbers are brought to you by Pepsi of Southern West Virginia. Love to have me a blue can of Pepsi right about now. And Eric, you have the numbers of the first half.
Yeah, and the numbers, man, bode well for the second quarter for Cabell Midland as they were able to pull back into this contest with outscoring Beckley 14-13 in that quarter, Mares. And Aiden Spence leads all scorers right now for Cabell Midland. He had a big quarter. He had 11 as he knocked down 3 threes and a 2 to really fuel this, Cabell Midland cutting into this lead. So that's 11 points from Aiden Spence. And they also have Aiden Ray, who came in averaging 9. He has 6 for Cabell Midland. Have Evan Hughes with 2, Marshall Summers with 2, and Thomas Gibson with 1 for Cabell Midland.
And Eric, it was 27-12 at one point, and then Cabell Midland finished the half on a 10-4 run. And from 27-12, they could have just gotten blowed out, and they were able to get back in the game, and they cut the lead to 31-22. We're going to have Danny Bickey join us here in the second half. We had Bryce Radford, one of the 2 Hall of Famers that was inducted tonight, Danny Bickey. And Danny, before we take a break, first of all, congratulations. It's well deserved that you go into the Beckley Basketball Hall of Fame.
Thank you so much, man. It's a huge honor. I'm really lucky to be here. Fortunate to be mentioned in the same breath as some of the greatest basketball players that ever come through Beckley. It's truly an honor.
For 31 years, I had the opportunity to do Beckley basketball on radio, and also I was the chairman of the Hall of Fame committee for many, many years, and I knew the minute that you and Bryce became eligible your first time around, you guys were going to get in.
Well, that means a lot. I mean, Bryce and I, we put so much work into this program. We love this program. We're really happy to see this team thriving so well, and we wanted to see the program thrive, and we think we left it in a better place than when we found it.
And Eric, for you and I, Danny and Bryce and so many other players that have come through the program, you and I know them not just in the sense of basketball, but we know their family. We know them outside of basketball, hang out. You've been vacations with Danny, so it's more of all of us as a family that we've known all of these young men, from a long time. And, when you walk around the convention center, if you're a Beckley fan, and you go and you look at all the names, and now that Bryce and Danny's name will be among them, there's so many people that I've been involved with in my 31 years doing radio, and then this last 4 years on video production. So it's been really a pleasure and honor for me to be able to watch and call a lot of these great players.
Yeah, the thing with me, I'm going to tell a Hall of Fame story. This is when I knew Danny would be in the Hall of Fame. We were on vacation in Virginia Beach. I'm sorry, I'm getting choked up a little. But it was 95 degrees. You're going to remember this. And you were like, drive me to the basketball court. And I said, what, man? It's vacation time. What are you doing? Man went and shot a couple hundred shots. That's how you get in the Hall of Fame.
That's exactly right, and really well said, Eric. And we're going to take a break here. Beckley leads 31-22. They have a court going on. No one told us what that was. I don't know if you picked that up. If you know what that is, Eric?
Pretty little
middleless flying eagle. Okay.
Yes.
Anyway, we're going to take a break. We got an extended halftime. Beckley leads 31-22. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
Doesn't wait, so neither should your care. Whether it's a cough, fever, or stomach bug, Access Plus is here for those urgent moments.
From bumps and bruises to stitches and even x-rays, we've got you covered with extended hours and walk-in care for the whole family.
You do not have to be an Access Health patient to be seen. No appointments, no hassle, just quality care when you need it.
Access Health, where care meets community.
Take care of this by the end of the day.
Sure, I'll take care of that.
Done. It's that easy with compliance. Compliance. We've got your back office.
Don't drop the ball. Come see your hometown legends at the all-new Greenbrier Ford in Beckley. We won't be beat.
The most mouth-watering showdown on television. The Hangry Games Ultimate Snack-Off. Right here at your local Little General store. Keep your appetites brave and your snacks ready.
Massey Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
Take a ride to the north side and get your big John deal at Mid-State Ford in Summersville. And here's the top 5 reasons to shop Mid-State Ford. You'll find the largest inventory, award-winning service, financing made easy for everyone, highest trade-in value. And the number 1 reason to shop Mid-State Ford is where you'll find your big John deal. Mid-State Ford in Summersville, MidStateFordWV.com.
Seconds on the clock. He hands it off. Finds a hole in the middle. Clear. Nothing but moves. A touchdown for the win. I can't believe it.
Pizza. Better with Pepsi.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Cracker Barrel. Love me some Cracker Barrel, the Old Country Store, locations in Beckley and Princeton. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, Cracker Barrel will take excellent care of you. Also, the game tonight is brought to you by Exit Elevation Realty, Luca Richmond, the broker, 304-256-0101. Also being brought to you in part by Infinity Coal Company. Infinity Coal offers no premium, no deductible health insurance with dental and vision coverage. They also offer a company-paid life insurance, prescription drug coverage, and a company-matching 401k plan. And last but certainly not least, Leisure Lanes has futuristic bowling. And Eric, it's still not too late for you to call up Leisure Lanes and get out there by 10 o'clock tonight and do you some futuristic bowling every Friday and Saturday night from 10 o'clock to midnight. You can call 304-253-7328 to reserve your lane. Maris Lowry with Eric Thomas, the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and directing. Cameron Ball on camera. And we have a special guest that will be with us here for the second half. And Danny Bickey. Once again, Danny, congratulations. You and Bryce Raffer being inducted to the Beckley Basketball Hall of Fame. Beckley led by as many as 15 in the first half. The lead is 9 now. I know that you probably had a lot going on. I don't know how intense you watched the first half because I know your family's here and there's so many friends here, and I don't know how engaged you were, but whatever you did watch in the first half, what was your take of the first half?
Well, I'd say Hurricane came out and they kind of shot their way back. Cabell Midland came back in and shot their way back into the game. I mean, Woodrow was forcing them to get stuff that they didn't want to shoot on the offensive end, and they kind of just started hitting shots. So it's going to be a dogfight. Neither of these teams are going to quit, but I like Woodrow's intensity on the defensive end. I think they're going to pull it out and take the lead here a little bit.
You know, the one thing that Eric and I and Bryce talked about on a night where you and Bryce, such good shooters, and drained a three. Beckley only made 1 3-ball. In fact, they missed the first 7 threes that they attempted.
They started 0 for 7, and I said this, Danny, and you think about this. The last 2 games, things just leveled out for Beckley. You know, they had 22 makes coming into this game. They had a 12-point game, 12
made,
games,
yeah,
and 10 the last game out against Martinsburg. So, you know how shooting goes. There were nights I've seen where you couldn't miss, and then there are nights where they'd be in the hole and come out. But I think in the second half, you'll see the flip of that. Some of these shots will start falling.
Well, the one thing, Danny, that you said, you know, even when your shot's not going down, the ball may not go in like you wanted to every night, but you can play good defense every night. And I think that we talked about A.J. Thomas, and that's what Bryce said was he felt Beckley's X factor, and A.J. Thomas really I thought he played really good on the defensive end of the floor, and he had some help from some of his other teammates, but I thought he kind of set the tone a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. A.J., I love his motor. He plays with a high intensity. When he's out there, you can tell he wants to be out there, and you've got to admire that in a young guy.
So, you know, Danny, while we got a minute, we're still about a couple minutes away of starting the second half. So what are you doing, you know, since you graduated? Gosh, it seemed like I blinked like you were like in middle school, and I remember doing your games in middle school, and I blinked, and here you are already through college. You had a nice college career. Tell our viewers about what you did after you graduated high school and what you did and where you are now.
Yeah, so once I graduated from here, I was set to play at Randolph College under Pete Hamilton. I played 5 years there, had a pretty good career. I really enjoyed my time there. I finished first in all-time made threes in the program, second in points for the program, and I did my bachelor's in business and philosophy. I ended up doing a master's of coaching and sport leadership, and right now I'm actually at William & Mary doing more grad work. School never ends for me, I guess.
Yeah, now Randolph, that is located where? I know it's in Virginia.
It's in Lynchburg, Virginia.
Lynchburg, Virginia, okay. And so you're currently a student at William & Mary?
Yes, I'm just a regular student.
What do you mean just a regular student?
Yeah, I mean, when you're a college athlete, it's a different animal, that's for sure.
Well, let me ask you this, and actually for young kids out there, middle school, high school, for any kid that says entering middle school or high school, what would you advise them? Like if you want to get to college, I mean, I know you got to put the work in, but how will you balance your academics with your athletics?
I mean, time management is everything. How disciplined can you be? And it's about knowing what you want. Like, if you don't want to wake up early and get a lift in, go to school, come home, go to practice for 2.5 to 3 hours, go home, do your homework, still have somewhat of a family social life. I mean, it's a 24/7 lifestyle thing. You're not just a basketball player on Saturday nights.
All right, so we're ready to start the second half, and with Eric Thomas, Maris Lowry, Danny Bickey, we're going to have you chime in here and do color with us the way Bryce did in the first half. Beckley will have the first possession to start the second half, as it was a little 10-4 run by Cabell Midland to end that first half and cut that 15-point lead to 9.
So they talk about the middle eight now, and I'm just taking this from new coaching philosophy. Cabell Midland won the last 4 minutes of the second quarter. It's imperative that Beckley comes out and wins this first 4 minutes of this quarter and really assert itself.
Well, let me ask you this question. Since they play, I know in college they talk about the middle eight because there's 40 minutes as Kobe Dillon dials up a three and hits.
There it is.
All right, so Danny, this question is for you as well. Would it be the middle 6 instead of the middle 8 because they only play eight minutes in quarters?
Well, I know how some coaches might do it different. We actually did a force, so we did 4 or 5 minute segments, and you kind of just wanted to win as many of those segments as you did. But coming out of the half is really the most important part because depending on how long the break was, you never want to come out flat. But, yeah, coming out of the locker room is the most important part right now.
There was a nice cut to the basket, and Phillips just couldn't finish. But, Aiden Ray has played well, the freshman for Cabell Midland.
Yeah, he really has, and I think he gave them a lift, in the second quarter. Great look.
Down low to Walton, and Walton able to finish. And, Danny, when he gets the ball that deep, forget it. He's going to score or get fouled or both.
He's extremely fundamental. He knows what he wants, and he gets to it.
Down low, up over his head, up and good. That's a nice play that time. As that bucket was put in that time by Carson Christian.
And that's his first.
That's his first bucket.
Yeah, that's Colson.
I beg your pardon. Here's a Beckley turnover. That's one thing on this roster we were given. It had multiple numbers on it for Cabell Midland. And here's the young man, Aiden Ray. Like I said, he's averaging 11 a game, 6-foot freshman.
And this is smart by Cabell Midland as they pull it out.
Deep three is good. 3 ball by Spence.
Good-looking player.
Spence didn't start the game, but he starts the half as he rains a 3. And you're right, Eric, he was a big part of what Cabell Midland did in the first half.
And Corey Woomer knows you ride the hot hand right there, Coach Corey Woomer from Cabell Midland.
The zone has also been giving Woodrow a little bit of trouble. They need to start getting inside into the paint and then just kick it right back. We're holding the ball too long.
Yeah.
Touch passes is how you're going to beat this zone.
Exactly right. You gotta attack the creases and really goes back to the old Y basketball, right? Everything was mostly zone, and we said, hey, attack those creases.
Exactly.
Get to your spot.
On the held ball, Beckley turns it over. Here's Cabell Midland. Nice pass down low and a nice finish. Like I said, that young man, the freshman right there, Aiden Ray, a good game for Cabell Midland, and he's able to knock it down. So Cabell Midland was down as many as 15. They've cut it to 7. And Beckley turns it over again.
Sloppy basketball. You might look for a timeout here.
And there's a follow-up and in. That follows in by Samuel Phillips. And all of a sudden, don't look now, but Cabell Midland, Danny, coming up on the 5-minute mark of the third, they're within 5. And there's the timeout that Eric just talked about, and timeout. So let's see if it'll be a full or a 30. It looks like it's going to be a full, so we'll take it with them. 5:14 left in the third. Beckley leads 36-31. We'll be right back on Video Productions.
It's 4th down, seconds on the clock. He hands it off, finds a hole in the middle. Clear, nothing but Brian moves! A touchdown for the win. I can't believe it.
Pizza, better with Pepsi.
Compliance helped me lose 50 pounds. By freeing up tasks like payroll, HR, and bookkeeping. I'm now free to do what I want.
With compliance, you can do what you want to do. Compliance, we've got your back office.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our new Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
We welcome you back to the Raleigh County Convention Center. Just clearing up a few things with the officials. Maris Lowry with Eric Thomas. Danny Bickey joined us here.
We were telling him he was doing a great job.
Well, when we say clearing up, we wasn't complaining. We were just getting clarity on a few rules.
First time ever Eric's ever complimented a ref, by the way.
Yeah. All right, so A.J. Thomas will put the ball in play right here in front of us. Of course, Danny, you know Eric has coached you in multiple sports, so you know how he can be when it comes to officiating, right?
He's very competitive.
Well, there's nothing wrong being competitive, but you also sometimes got to keep that under control at times, right?
That might be the issue.
Yeah, might be. All right, and then as you touched on, Danny, and so far, you're right, the zone has really given Beckley some problems, especially here in the second half as they turn it over again. That's 3 turnovers here in the last 4 possessions. Here's a 3 from the far corner. It's short.
And you're right. Active hands, though, are what's helping Cabell Midland. They're not just in the zone. They're look how active they are, rotating. You know why? Because they sense it now.
New player into the game, trying to be the zone busters. Robinson, he had that big game against Shady, and he's inserted for the first time tonight, and Cabell Midland turns it over. And I tell you, turn these last 2 possessions down 5. Cabell Midland not able to get a little closer.
Yeah, it's a game of runs, game of momentum. It's a real energy, and hopefully Woodrow can just snap it out a little bit. But
I do like let's talk about this insert right here by Coach Kidd. This young man, Jaden Robinson, he earned the stripes against Shady, but the game before that was against Princeton Tigers, and he really watch his shot. Even when he missed, his misses even look like they're good. So that's a sign of a good shot shooter.
Well, I really like the confidence that he came in off the bench, first check-in, and he wasn't hesitant at all. That's a good sign.
Yeah, once again, as I've said throughout the first half, not a bad place to throw the ball when things aren't going good. You throw it to Walton, and Walton able to finish as he does inside.
Walton, that's 14 points, Danny. You said it. Walton, you had a chance to play with his, I think they're his uncles, might be his cousins.
Yeah, there's the tip won't go.
And he has a lot of similarities as Breland with that ball fake.
You're talking about Breland Walton. That tip by Summers didn't go. Here's Clary into the lane.
Sweet.
Hawthorne a little pull up on the baseline and knocks it down. So, Danny, is there a favorite spot? We're speaking with Danny Bickey, one of the 2 new inductees of the Beckley Basketball Hall of Fame. All the years you played on this floor, did you have a particular, hey, that is Danny Bickey's, that's my spot right there? Is there's a 3-ball knocked in by Phillips, a particular spot here on this floor?
All of them, Maris.
All of them. That's spoken like a true shooter.
There it is.
Back the other way. Hawthorne rings a 3. I like that answer. Coming up on the 3-minute mark here of the third quarter. Cabell Midland 9-9, Beckley 12-3. Beckley winners 3 in a row. Cabell Midland's won 2 of their last 3. Here's a 3-ball from the near corner. It's short. Their long rebounds to Robinson. Maybe got away with a little push off. Good no call. Kobe Dillon for 3 right down the chute. As Kobe Dillon rings a 3 and got the lead back to double digits.
Law of averages.
And just like that, we talked about it, how it will even itself back out. That's 3 threes in the third quarter for Beckley after just making 1 in the first half.
Here's a little fall away mid-range. That shot's put up. It won't go. That shot was put up by Christus. And back the other way is Beckley on the move. Walton. And he'll draw the foul, and he'll get to the line to shoot a pair. So Beckley is led by as many as 15.
I didn't see who that was whistling on.
Cabell Midland has cut the lead. They got as close as 5, and now the lead back to 12. And here's the thing, free throws, an area where Walton has really improved. About a month ago, Danny, Walton was only shooting 50% from the line. Now he's above 60% from the line.
So you know what's going to happen now.
Now you think he's going to miss? Of course not. But you know what, Danny, as you know, the momentum is definitely real, and sometimes the announcer's jinx sometimes is also
That's for
really
sure a real one. I'm pretty sure you've got me a couple times on that one, too.
I think I have. I think I said, I know Danny Bickey's going to – he missed it.
Okay, but I'll say this about Danny Bickey at the free throw line. I used to get up and go to the bathroom when he was at the free throw
because you know he's going to make it.
That's right.
Second free throw by Walton. He got them both.
There we go.
And he shot that like he is added from going from a 50% shooter to a 60% shooter at the line.
Sometimes all it is confidence.
That was over and back.
I wasn't paying attention. I was looking. They didn't get the score. Now they do. Final 2 minutes of the third quarter, 14-point lead.
This is the big 2 minutes for Cabell Midland because they've shot the ball so well as right on cue.
Right on cue. The 3-ball is up and in. The 3-ball by Phillips. He's a freshman as well.
Yeah, and that's back-to-back threes. Hey, the future's bright for this Cabell Midland team.
Yeah,
you're going toe-to-toe without your leading scorer.
There it is.
Robinson right back at you. Beautiful for 3. Shot. As you said, Eric, was a nice for Coach Kidd when he inserted Robinson into the lineup and he able to knock down the 3 ball right in front of the Beckley bench. Hughes on the little floater in the lane won't go.
Well, Jaden, excuse me, Maris, didn't mean to step on you there, but Jaden Robinson knows why Coach put him in that zone.
That's right. Walton down low, leans in, and he didn't use the glass, got his own rebound, puts it back up and in.
Nice step through.
Even for teams that have size, he's a matchup nightmare. And especially when he has the size on you, Danny, it's just tough.
Well, not only does he have the size, he has the skill and the patience to get what he wants. A lot of big men just want to bulldoze their way in there. He's very tactical.
Clary down to Hawthorne. We're in the final 45 seconds of the third. Walton down the lane. The little jump hook is good.
He elevates so quick.
Biggest lead of the game right here. And, it was 36-31 at one point. Since then, Beckley has outscored him 19-5.
10 in the quarter for
Walton. He's played well all night.
20 on the night.
Final 25 seconds of the third. Cabell Midland holding it for the final shot here in this third quarter. Beckley double teams the ball. Here's a 3. It's short. Robinson clears the rebound.
He checked the time. I like this young player.
Kobe Dillon open, 3 ball on its way. Right down the chute is good. And Beckley has blown it open at the end of 3. After 3, it's Beckley with a huge third quarter. They lead Cabell Midland 58-37 as we go to break. We'll watch Kobe Dillon right down the chute from downtown. Back with the fourth quarter coming up next here on Video Productions.
Doesn't wait, so neither should your care. Whether it's a cough, fever, or stomach bug, Access Plus is here for those urgent moments.
From bumps and bruises to stitches and even x-rays, we've got you covered with extended hours and walk-in care for the whole family.
You do not have to be an Access Health patient to be seen. No appointments, no hassle, just quality care when you need it.
Access Health, where care meets community.
Every bite better with Pepsi.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by West Virginia Orthopedic and Trauma, Dr. John Tabbitt. Whether you're in a car accident or you've had a sports-related injury, Dr. Tabbitt and his staff will get you right back on your feet. They're located on Woodcrest Drive in Beckley. Also, the ball game brought to you in part by Modley's Plumbing and Heating. You never know when you need a plumber until you need a plumber, and you can dial up Modley's 304-253 help. All right, well, Danny, we were talking during the break, so you got to go back to William and Mary, and you were telling me that got a little bit of snow and everything canceled down there. Of course, you're close to Virginia Beach, right? So I'm sure down near, in most cases, most beaches are not prepared to have maybe some of the excess snow that we've had this winter. And it's been a bad winter for everybody on the eastern seaboard.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. They get an inch and they just don't know what to do. It's been funny watching them scramble.
Coming from the mountain state, it's an adjustment because they actually don't have the stuff to take care of the snow.
No, they don't have the plows or the salt machines. They don't have any of that stuff.
It really paralyzes the region.
Well, the plows and paralyzing Cabell Midland that third quarter was Beckley, as Walton had a big third quarter, and Beckley as a team a big third quarter. Robinson will dial it up in the near corner for 3. It's short. And
the pass was late.
Yep.
The pass was late.
Wasn't on time, on target.
That's right.
And Phillips clears the rebound.
I take up for the shooters.
We have a hard life,
Beckley's game got postponed last night against Oak Hill. More than likely that will not be made up. There's a 3. It won't go. And that 3 ball was put up by Spence. Ball's loose. Here's a little baseline shot. And we got a foul. And then we get Hawthorne with the foul.
Yeah, and that's going to be Samuel Phillips, who's really taken over for Aiden Spence here. That'll be his 8th point of the half with a chance for a 3-point play here.
With Eric Thomas, I'm Maris Lowry. Danny Bickey joining us. Heavy hitter Mr. Nick Eskins producing and directing. And the free throw is good. You got them both. So, Danny, let us know how much time you got left in school. What's going on? What's it look like as you look a little bit into the future?
Yes, I'll be finishing my first year of the grad program in May. I'll be interning in Richmond, and then I'll have one more year, and I'll be done with school. No more school after that.
Here's Phillips for three. You know, the one thing is, as well as Beckley's played, is the putback is good, and that putback is Spence. I don't think Coach Key will be happy with some of the sloppy turnovers that Beckley's had in this game.
Yeah, careless passes.
Here's Hawthorne with it. Hawthorne attacks the basket, puts up the shot. It's short, and Cabell Midland on a run out.
Great defense, transition defense by Kobe Dillon, though.
Yeah.
He was able to get back to stop the progression of the ball.
It was like hockey. It was like 5-on-4 because Cabell Midland had a young man back there tying his shoe, and that was Krista's tying his shoe, so Cabell Midland was trying to attack Danny 4 against 5.
Mm-hmm. Well, Beckley's been outscored 5-0 in this quarter.
Right. Cabell Midland started, as Eric told you, here in the first minute and a half of the fourth quarter. And that's a terrible pass, and Walton able to read that easily, and now he probably better find a guard. As he does. And now they've turned the ball back over. Like I said, some really sloppy passes by Beckley in this game tonight.
You know, when you get a lead and you go on a run like that, you can come out and be a little lax. So Woodrow's got to be prepared that Cabell Midland doesn't go on a little run here.
2 minutes into the fourth quarter, and Cabell Midland scored the first 5 points of this fourth quarter. Here's a deep three, and it is short. The rebound to Hawthorne. That three ball was by Painter. Back the other way, Walton at the rim.
Great assist right there. Spacing was kind of poor, but they made it work. Beckley did.
One thing I've really noticed about Hawthorne is he has great vision, and he's able to pass with both hands. That is really special to see.
Yeah, you know, that's one thing that he's come on these last 3 games.
There's a reach-in foul by Kobe Dillon.
Yeah,
and, you know, Danny was given the thumbs up. He thought it was a held ball. And for a minute, Danny, I thought it was going to be called a held ball too, but they'll get Kobe Dillon with the reach.
I guess I had a better angle than the ref.
But you know what, though, Danny, I say this all the time. There's always multiple referees in the building, but only the 3 on the court are the only ones that count.
Yeah, and those are the ones that typically get it wrong, too.
Well, you know, they don't have our video like we have. You know, one thing here at Video Productions, we are friends of the officials because we know that's a very difficult job.
Danny, you hadn't had a chance to listen to a lot of games, but I've softened my stance on the officials.
Yeah, in the lane, Summer scored. A.J. Thomas now trying to split the defenders. He does. He finds Walton down low. Walton's going to muscle it up and draw the foul and get to the line.
Cabell Midland's come out in this little –
is it a 1-2-2?
1-2-2 half-court pressure, and Woodrow's not really handling it up top. But once you break it, it's not real defense.
So we got a full week of basketball next week on Video Productions, Monday through Friday. We'll have girls basketball. It'll be Princeton and Beckley on Monday, and then we'll have the middle school third place boys and girls games and championship boys and girls games on Tuesday as Walton misses the first free throw. Wednesday, it'll be Logan against Shady. Thursday, Beckley back at home against Capital. And Friday, we'll start the girls' tournament. It'll be the number 3 seed Beckley against the 6 seed Riverside. So, Eric, a busy week for you and I next week.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Anytime you can watch basketball, I'm all for it.
So, Walton misses the first. He'll shoot the back end of the 2-shot opportunity. Makes 1 of 2. Coming up on the 5-minute mark here of the fourth quarter. On Hall of Fame night, congratulations to Danny Bickey, who's with us now. Bryce Radford was with us in the first half. And it's fitting, you know, Danny, that you and Bryce go in at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't want to go in with anyone else. But Bryce made me a better player. He helped me get a lot of open shots. So I owe a lot of my success to Bryce.
And I'm sure he would say the same about you as well, as Christmas misses that shot, and back the other way we have a Cabell Midland foul.
And that's going to be whistled on Thomas Gibson there on the reach. Probably a good foul because Beckley had numbers.
Well, you know, Danny, as busy as you are, you probably don't have a chance to kind of keep up with what's going on in high school basketball, West Virginia, or I'm sure you probably don't, do you?
I try to keep up with Woodrow. I typically know what's going on with us, but that's about it. That was a great pass.
Beautiful pass, and Walton with the slam dunk. That was one heck of a play. So, Danny, do you get a chance to watch much of the college basketball, whether it be the men or the women?
I watch Randolph play, my alma mater, but I'm typically a West Virginia guy. When they're playing, I got it on. I'm more of an NBA guy, honestly. I know that might be an unpopular take.
No, 3 ball is good.
Phillips with his third 3 of the second half.
And we got a timeout on the floor. We're at the 4:04 mark of the fourth quarter.
So
Phillips drained that three. I told you I'd hold that thought, Danny. We're going to go to break, and then we'll talk about that NBA when we come back. We'll be right back on Video Productions.
Path to a rewarding, well-paying career is close to home. Discover what WVU Tech graduates already know. We're a small campus with big opportunities. With hands-on experience in high-demand programs like hospitality, forensic investigations, cybersecurity, engineering, and nursing, you'll be prepared to enter the workforce, solving West Virginia's most important problems. We know that you can change the world, and it starts here at home.
Hey, grab me one too.
Welcome you back to Beckley. 4:04 left in the game. Beckley leading 63-47, and we're with Danny Bickey joining us. Me and Eric Thomas, heavy hitter Mr. Nick Eskins, and Nick Eskins producing and directing, doing a great job as always. And Nick Eskins is a Hall of Fame producer, so on Hall of Fame night, it's fitting that we have the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins. But Danny, right before we went to commercial break, you were getting ready to tell me that you're an NBA fan. I told you to hold that thought. So I know you had an incredible experience with the NBA, and we'll let you tell our viewers what that was.
Yeah, so me and Eric's son, Peyton Thomas, had the ability to go to the NBA Finals this year. We are a big Boston Celtics fan, so we got to go see Game 1 of the Finals against the Mavs, and it was one of the most amazing experiences I've had the fortune to have in my life.
I think the foul's going to be on Clary, maybe over the back. It will be. Yeah, you got to go to Game 1, and that was started it was in June, right?
Yep.
Dallas and Boston. Boston ended up, of course, winning the NBA Finals 4-1.
Absolutely, and that game itself was just start to finish Celtics basketball. I mean, we put the hurt on them.
Well, you know, one thing I can say, Danny, in my NBA experience, I've not been to the finals. I've been to a Final Four, but I can tell you this. I've been to the old Boston Garden numerous times, and I had the pleasure of having Dave Cowens, Bill Russell, John Havlicek, Bob Cousy sit behind me. In fact, I still have a Boston Celtic hat that's signed by Bob Cousy.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, there's a pass down inside. The ball's knocked out of bounds, and it'll stay with Cabell Midland with 3:17 to go. But Beckley, Erica, looks like, you know, I would think they'd be able to hang on when they're fourth in a row, and I think Beckley's playing their best basketball at the right time.
Well, at the right time as a team, but right now, this is one thing. They're going to live hard in practice.
Yeah.
This quarter,
it's been sloppy.
Points.
It's
5 points.
And wouldn't you agree, Danny, it's been sloppy, not just the points, but there's a block shot, good defensive play by Clary, but the turnovers that they had is Hawthorne able to catch the pass, shoot and score. Nice pass by Kobe Dillon.
Yeah, the turnovers are always something you want to keep to a minimum, but and also fouls like that.
Right.
You don't want to. The things you can control, you want to control.
Of course, you know, right now, I would think that Beckley, I think you would agree, Eric, that I don't think there's much they can do, even though South Charleston did lose earlier this afternoon to Huntington. I don't think there's much Beckley can do to go to the 2 seed. More likely, I think Beckley's going to be locked into that 3rd seed.
Well, you don't think that has anything to do with it?
Well, you know, do I think? Yes, but I just don't think that as there's a 3 made. But I just don't see them flip-flopping, and I think mainly because of the head-to-head. Now, I could totally be wrong, but I just don't see them flip-flopping that based on that one loss from this afternoon.
We'll see. It's fickle, that's for sure.
Because the one thing, and I think you'd agree, whoever gets the home court advantage is Kobe Dillon goes off the dribble, and on the drive he put it on the deck, and he couldn't get it to go.
Well, the thing is, South Charleston just lost on their home court.
Right, but I still think when you get into tournament play, there's going to be a blocking foul. I think whoever gets the home court in that tournament game, I think is a huge. Not to say that Beckley, Danny, can't go to South Charleston and beat them, but I would give South Charleston a slight edge if they're able to get the home court.
Look, all you can do is play who's in front of you. You
That's
know?
right.
I mean, you can't control that stuff. You just got to be where you are and then play your ass off. Oh, forgive me.
That's okay. hey, you're on Facebook, YouTube. You can get away with that. As Marshall Sumner goes to the free throw line. Yeah, we're not. You know, we don't. What you did was fine because you know we're not governed by the FCC, so we're good.
Good thing.
Good thing. That's okay.
So, right there, A.J. Thomas just picked up his 4th foul on what was caught a block.
Yeah, Summers makes them both.
And Summers, he's had a big fourth quarter.
So it says 65-2. It should be 65-42. And they got 65 to 52. I beg your pardon. Here's Kobe Dillon, open a three on its way. Is good.
Did you see what Kobe did? He slid.
You got to get into
That's right.
You got to get to the eyesight of your passers.
That's right. And he had his hands in ready to shoot.
That was a great read by 52 right there.
Yeah.
Taking the double team and then making the right read.
Pass inside, finish at the rim is good. And huge.
So I always told you every shot's a good shot, right?
Absolutely.
Especially when they go in, right, Danny?
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
That's right. Wayne Gretzky would say that, and he did say that. Here's Kobe Dillon dialing up from downtown, a little strong. A.J. Thomas with an offensive rebound. And Hawthorne will take it down the lane, and I think maybe a little overpass that time as Walton will draw the foul. Thought Kobe Dillon would shoot it.
Yeah,
110.
When you're in the trees like that, you give it to the big guy.
You throw it. Well, like I said, and I said this in the first half and said it, and I've said it all year, anytime that you want to throw the ball to Mr. Walton, I call him Mr. Walton, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, it's not. And it looks like right after this we're going to get a
wholesale change, just like a hockey change. Actually, they do that on the fly. Are you much of a hockey fan, Danny?
I am. I'm a big Penguins fan.
Me too, but Penguins aren't doing very good.
Not very good right
now.
Hey, they got beat up today.
Guess what, guys? They stink.
They do. Free throw made by Walton, 69-54.
It's okay.
I'm a Blackhawks fan.
Well, he says he is, Danny, but he's not. But they're even worse.
Players on the Blackhawks.
But Danny, you know what? The Blackhawks are even worse than the Penguins and have been for several years.
Right.
Yes.
That's right. Y'all got all these stars.
Yeah, Walton's second free throw is good. Yeah. It's comedy hour now. Eric making me laugh saying he's a Blackhawk fan. So Beckley will.
This is a running joke between everyone here.
Yes. All right. Let's see what we got out there. We got Rainey, Lucas.
Danny's uncle got so bad. They're all Pens fans. He got so bad at me for saying I was a Blackhawks fan. They went and bought me a zip-up.
Yeah.
Matt, his father did.
Danny, that I've never seen him wear.
Never. He's probably he has it hanging in a shadow box. He just cares about it so much.
Nice shot on the baseline is good by Phillips. He's had a good game here for Cabell Midland tonight.
19 points all in the second half.
Final 45 seconds. Lucas Rainey for three is good. So Beckley is going to go to 13-3 when they're fourth in a row. There's a pass down low, and the shot's missed. Final 30 seconds of this one on Hall of Fame night, and Beckley turns it over. And that's one thing. We don't keep turnovers, but it's definitely in the double digits that Beckley has turned the ball over tonight.
Not something. We'll get the summary in a day from Statsman Kevin Maupin.
I would say, if I'm guessing,
all year.
I'm saying 16, 17, 18.
Easy.
A lot of those live ball, too, and you really don't want to have those.
Don't want to have the live ball turnovers for sure.
So final 28 seconds left in the game here. And Cabell Midland's going to fall one game under 500. They're going to go to 9-10.
And I tell you, though,
13-3.
Hats out Cabell Midland.
Well, they played hard.
They played hard. They have a future, man. They have a lot of young guys on this roster, Danny, that are going to contribute as they still keep fighting to the buzzer.
And there's a foul. And they played without their best player as Aiden Ray. Like I said, they've got a youth movement at Cabell Midland.
Right.
And, you normally when you hear Cabell Midland, you think football because they've been so good in football. But I think that they've got a promising young basketball team, Cabell Midland.
And let's talk regionals. You don't want to see a team that's still this scrappy and has a few shooters. We've seen that here in the second half. You don't want to see a team like this. They don't have anything to lose. This is one of these teams that could upset somebody.
You're right. As Ray misses the first free throw. Well, coming up in the Pioneer Community Bank post-game show, we'll recap this one. Eric will go inside the numbers. Second free throw is good. 1 of 2 made by Ray. And, if you're Cabell Midland, you don't need to foul. Beckley just needs to dribble it out, and that should be the ball game here in the final 9 seconds.
Well, you got these young guys. Let's see what they do. I'm trying to get a shot up.
Well, I don't. I think you just want to dribble it out. And that's what they're going to do, and that's a classy move, and that's what you should do. So Beckley will dribble it out. Final score, Beckley wins the ball game, 73-57. Beckley is now 13-3. They won 4 in a row. Cabell Midland is now 9-10. Well, Danny, we're going to let you go here before we get into our post-game show. Thank you so much, and once again, congratulations, you and Bryce Rafford being inducted to the Beckley Basketball Hall of Fame.
Thank you for having me. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you, guys.
Had a lot of fun, and I'm sure we'll see each other sooner than later.
Absolutely.
All right, we're going to take a break, come back, and get you ready for the post-game show coming up next here on Video Productions.
Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
Welcome, folks, to the most mouth-watering showdown on television, the Hangry Games Ultimate Snack-Off, right here at your local Little General store. As the snacks fly and the deli slices, remember, dear viewers, every item they're using can be found at your nearest Little General store, where creativity meets convenience. Keep your appetites brave and your snacks ready.
Seconds on the clock. He hands it off. Finds a hole in the middle. Clear. Nothing but moves. Incredible. A touchdown for the win. I can't believe it.
Pizza. Better with Pepsi.
Take a ride to the north side and get your Big John deal at Mid-State Ford in Summersville. And here's the top 5 reasons to shop Mid-State Ford. You'll find the largest inventory, award-winning service, financing made easy for everyone, highest trade-in value. And the number 1 reason to shop Mid-State Ford is where you'll find your Big John deal. Mid-State Ford in Summersville. MidStateFordWV.com.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us, New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us, New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
And we welcome you back to the Raleigh County Convention Center as we bring you into the Pioneer Community Bank postgame show. Final score, Beckley defeats Cabell Midland 73-57. It's a game that Beckley led wire to wire. They scored the first 2 points. Cabell Midland tied it at 2, and then it was Beckley the rest of the way. They led 18-8 at the quarter. They led by as many as 15 in the first half. However, the lead got cut to 9, 31-22 at the break. But it was a big third quarter. After Cabell Midland had cut Beckley's lead to 5, 36-31, Beckley went on a nice run, and they led 58-37 at the end of 3, and they win the ball game 73-57. With the win, Beckley is 13-3. They've now won 4 in a row. Cabell Midland will fall to 1 game under 500 at 9-10, and they're 2-2 in their last 4 games. We will take a break. When we come back, we'll go inside the numbers, and we'll do that on the other side of the break here on Video Productions.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our New Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
Take care of this by the end of the day.
Sure, I'll take care of that.
Done. It's that easy with compliance. Compliance. We've got your back office.
Don't drop the ball. Come see your hometown legends at the all-new Greenbrier Ford in Beckley. We won't be beat.
Take a ride to the north side and get your big John deal at Mid-State Ford in Summersville. And here's the top 5 reasons to shop Mid-State Ford. You'll find the largest inventory, award-winning service, financing made easy for everyone, highest trade-in value. And the number 1 reason to shop Mid-State Ford is where you'll find your big John deal. Mid-State Ford in Summersville, MidStateFordWV.com.
Hi, I'm Leanna Burnett with Window World of Beckley. Are you dealing with those cold winter drafts through your windows? Is it causing your energy bills to rise? If you answered yes, Window World can help. Instead of dealing with those old drafty windows another year, call Window World of Beckley today. Yes, we work all year. Our windows are Energy Star efficient and designed to resist extreme weather. Make the smart investment with our no interest for 15 months. Call Window World of Beckley today.
And we welcome you back to the Raleigh County Convention Center, where Beckley has defeated Cabell Midland by the final score of 73-57. Beckley is now 13-3. They've now won 4 in a row. Cabell Midland falls to 9-10. We're going to go inside the numbers of this Beckley victory, and inside the numbers are brought to you by Pepsi. I'd love to have me a blue can of Pepsi. And Eric, you have the numbers of this big Beckley win.
Yeah, Cabell Midland really battled, man, and stayed inside in this contest, man, due to a big second half from Samuel Phillips. Maris, he didn't score a point in the first half. Ended up with 19 to lead Cabell Midland with 19 points. And Aiden Spencer on the flip side kept him in it in the first half, as he had 11 points in the first half and finished with 16 for Cabell Midland. They were able to knock down 9 3-pointers too to really stay close, and score in spurts tonight. Beckley on the flip side, what a game for Jalen Walton again, as he was able to score 27 points, went to the free throw line 6 times, knocking down 5, led the way for Beckley with 27. Kobe Dillon chips in with 16 and knocked down 4 3-pointers in the second half. And Zy Hawthorne, what another good complete floor game from Zy Hawthorne. He had 15 points tonight. And Preston Clary had 4 points, but he does a lot of little things that, that don't really show up in the scorer's book. And of course, A.J. Thomas, hats off to him. I really think he got him going in that first half.
Defensively, yes.
Really got it jump started. And Lucas Rainey, Jaden Robinson, and Gage Burdett all got in the second half, and we are all able to knock down 3-pointers to score 3 points each.
Yeah, I think the only negative thing that Coach Kidd will take from this game is how sloppy the turnovers.
Yeah.
How Beckley had a lot of unforced errors, and they got to clean that up. And those are correctable errors, but that's something they got to clean up.
Yeah, definitely have to clean up those, and they'll go watch the film. And sometimes this late in the year, that's something coaches like to have something to harp on and talk about.
They're never satisfied.
And that's what I bet that's what they're in there talking about right now.
Yeah, they're not talking about, look, we scored 73 points. We beat a good team.
Yeah.
Cabell Midland, when Cabell Midland made a run, Beckley extended their lead. All the good things that Beckley did, as you talked about, A.J. Thomas got them started defensively. Walton was great on the offensive end. They're going to talk about not taking care of the basketball and turning the ball over.
Well, and, we talked about it.
We talked about it, so I know the coach is going to talk about it.
It was a comedy of errors. It seemed like every time they would get up, Cabell Midland would battle back because of the way Beckley kept turning the ball over as well.
Well, that'll do it for tonight. We got a busy week next week. Just to give you an idea, Monday we'll have a girls' game. It'll be Princeton and Beckley. Tuesday we'll be here at the Raleigh County Convention Center for the middle school night that was supposed to have been played today because of the weather. It got pushed back to Tuesday. The first game, by the way, will tip at 4 o'clock on Tuesday. We'll have the third-place game of the girls and boys, and then the 2 championship games of the boys and girls. Wednesday, Logan will be at Shady. Thursday, Capital here at Beckley. And Friday, Eric, the postseason will begin on the girls' side. It'll be Beckley, the 3 seed, hosting Riverside. So we got a full week of basketball coming up next week.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. And this is our time of year, February and into March Madness. I really love it, and you love it. I hope we put on a good broadcast for all the listeners.
Well, we hope we have been, and we hope we entertain tonight. And here's one more thing before we say our goodbyes. Eric, the high school basketball season ends exactly 1 month from tonight. A month from tonight is when they'll cut down the nets for the boys' season. The girls' season will end on the 15th. The boys will end on the 22nd, which is exactly 1 month from tonight.
Exactly 1 month from tonight, and all these teams are gearing up and trying to get their best basketball played and make it to the state tournament with a chance to cut the nets down.
Once again, we thank and we congratulate Bryce Radford and Danny Bickey. Bryce Radford did color with Eric with you and I in the first half.
Yes.
And Danny Bickey in the second half. And, you can really tell that good, not just former players, but good former players, how they were able to dissect the game and how they still keep in touch even though their playing days are over.
Yeah, and once you play for this program, and, there's one thing that Ron Kidd always said when you were in radio, once a flying eagle, always a flying eagle.
Yep.
And that holds true.
All right, we'll wrap it up. We appreciate all the work that our entire staff did here for Cameron Ball, our cameraman, of course, the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins. He's a Hall of Fame producer and director, and we missed him for a couple games last week, but always glad to be working with Nick. And, it's always been Eric, you, I, and Nick. And, of course, for my partner, Eric Thomas, I'm Maris Lowry, repeating the final score. Beckley beats Cabell Midland 73-57. Good night, everybody.